there, friends. It's Dominique from the Pixie Planner. Welcome to my channel. I have got a flip through for you today of it's actually not new, but it is a planner that I have decided to finally use instead of let it sit on my shelf. It is the Louis Vuitton GM Agenda. I've had this for about 2 years. I purchased it off of one of the buy sell trade groups on Facebook, and I've just been so nervous to use it, but then light bulb went off. I said, well, what's the point of spending that kind of money on a beautiful planner like this if I'm not going to enjoy it? So I decided to move into her about 3 weeks ago to try it out. I've used A5 in the past. I have a couple of A5 planners, and I've just been absolutely really enjoying this size. I've actually been kind of using it for my everyday needs the past 3 weeks. So I want to give you a flip through of this. I do have my puppy with me in the room, and I apologize if there is any noise of chewing or running around. I'm going to hopefully not be interrupted, but I got to keep an eye on her. So she is with me. And besides the flip through, I want to show you what I have done to tweak the Budget Mom printables that you can purchase online at thebudgetmom.com. If you've watched any of my videos on my setup from last year, you'll know that I have loved her system, but I like to carry something with me to keep track of my expenses and to have an eye on what bills are due when. So I've tweaked it a little bit so that way I have been able to carry it in this planner. So I'm going to show you what that's all about as well. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. Now, I recently, and I'm super excited about this, I recently made the decision to get my initials hot stamped inside of the planner, and it just feels so official now. I was really nervous about it. I don't know if that's strange. Like, any of you guys have a Louis Vuitton that you had hot stamped? Like, were you nervous about it? I mean, the commitment is just so real. It was really nerve-wracking, but I am so glad that I did it. So opening her up, you could see my hot stamp that I had done, and it was just a couple days ago that I had it done. I was in Boston for a concert, and I said, what the heck, why not go ahead and take advantage of it? And so I'll show you here in the pockets first. One thing that I love is that if I have mail or if I have a letter or a card or something that I need to send out, this planner is big enough for me to hold those things. Now, this is just paperwork that I got from work, and typically it would just be like shoved in my purse and it'd be a wrinkled mess or just be crumbled down at the bottom. And I love this size for being able to fit items like that in this back pocket. So it does have 2 secretarial type pockets and a smaller card size pocket here. In this pocket, I am just keeping from my most recent cloth and paper subscription box. Actually, it's my first one that I ever got. I do have a video of me opening the box, and I'll leave that linked in the cards. But these are their journaling cards, and I am going to be using these just kind of for daily needs. Now, I'll be showing you in this planner, I have changed something to my daily and weekly planning. So this is going to be even more important for me to keep on hand to, really take advantage of tracking those busier days. So I keep that in this pocket. And then I made this probably sometime last year. The positivity pledge here is something that I love to keep in my planner. I've had this in pretty much all of my planners, and I've transferred it around. I just put it on a decorative journaling card, and I did this on Canva. And again, I love that it fits perfectly right in my planner. So I love having it with me all the time. And so in this pocket, in the first secretarial, I have some rose dots, or it's actually a mix of different colors. I have some rose and cotton transparent sticky stickers from cloth and paper. And so I have kind of a little bit of a system with it as far as, you know, a circle means payday, the triangle means appointment, the square. So I have a little bit of a system, but I'm not really sticking hard to it. I'm just kind of mixing it up. Even from month to month, I'll probably mix it up. But I really enjoy having the variation of shapes. So that way you can create a key system, kind of like you would color coding. You can use that for the shapes. And I really enjoy having that possibility. And like I mentioned, in this back pocket, I just have some papers from work. I'm not going to show any of that since it's kind of personal, but we'll get into the bones of the planner. So also from the cloth and paper box, we all received dashboards if you got the stationery box. And the dashboards, I have all three of them in here. And these particular ones, these two here, are meant to either be separate or you can layer them like I have here. And I just really love the look of the layering, and especially because I am keeping this a little bit more minimal. I just like to have a little something aesthetic in my planner. So that's the very front. And then we get here, we received also in the box some memo paper here. We got a variety of lined and blank and dot grid. I just have some blank ones here. This is going to be scratch paper where an idea comes up, or like here I got a book recommendation from a patient. I'm just going to write it down and not worry about really, you know, neatness or where is it going on the paper. It's just a place for me to quickly jot something down. So I have a few pages here. And now this is my first divider. So we had here this first section. This is, again, like quick notes, or if I need to give a piece of paper out to someone that I write something on, some information for them, that's what that'll be. And then the first divider here, and these dividers I just recently got, and I'm super excited. I absolutely love them. It's from Martha Plans. I'll leave the information down below to her shop. The quality is just outstanding. I pretty much go to her shop whenever I want dividers. There's only maybe like 3 different shops that I really migrate to. But I just received these, and so the first divider is my note section. I don't have them labeled because I pretty much know exactly what it is that I need. So first divider, note section. I have a Filofax zipper pouch here, and I'm keeping some transparent sticky notes, some more stickers from cloth and paper, and then I have some kind of discount coupon cards from cloth and paper in here as well. So I'm not going to pull those out, but I have some everyday type of stickers that I use here. Okay, sorry, dog was getting into something. Had to take care of it. But as I was saying, I have some everyday stickers here. I like to use, I have Dolce Planner. I'll pull these out just so you can kind of see. These are some of my favorite ones. But I have Dolce Planner and Honey Inked. I've got a variety of stickers from Honey Inked, and I like to just keep track of vet appointments, or even when I'm taking Lola for her pedicure. So I use those in my monthly calendar to mark those events. Then we come here to another vellum dashboard from Cloth and Paper. I've had this one for about a year, and I'm using this just to give a little bit of division and some protection to the paper on the other side. Now, this is what I've been changing. I have come to realize, at least with my current season that I'm in, I don't need a daily or weekly layout. So what I've done instead is I have some Sesame printable note paper, and I printed out a few pages here, and this was just for me to kind of test it out and see. I just pretty much wrote the week that I'm on at the top and wrote out a few of the, big must-do tasks. And if anything else comes up during the week, I jot it in there as well. So this was the first week this was actually the end of January, and then the last week of January, and then this is this week here. But I figured, you know what, I don't need to do things on specific days, so I didn't need the days broken down for me. I have tasks that I do on a regular basis, but I know what those tasks are, whether it be daily cleaning tasks or, we all kind of have a schedule in our weeks. Like Wednesdays I have off, so those days I will do errands and YouTube stuff. And Mondays I'll do whatever else. So I kind of know my schedule that is more reoccurring. So I didn't need anything broken down really. I just needed something where I could have a place to jot down the specific appointments or events that I have going on in the week, or like top priorities. So that's what I've been kind of using these pages as. I'm not really doing much, as you can see, for decoration. What I am doing is just using some stickers that I already had. So I had from my ERIN CONDREN quarterly sticker subscription, I had some stickers left, and so I used just some of the flags to put at the top. I have my cloth and paper transparent sticker just to mark appointment for that week. And then again from ERIN CONDREN, I marked different events that are happening this week, which is just, it's perfect for me. Those are going to be kind of the standout things that I need to keep in mind for the week to come. And then, as I mentioned, I'm kind of using just little bullets to write any specific idea or task or, anything really that comes into mind during the week. I don't have to worry about organizing it. I am just writing it down, and I'm using kind of a bullet journal method as far as the key goes. So a dot for a task. I am using a dash, and you'll see here like a dash for notes. So I'm roughly using kind of the bullet journal key. And this has been working out just perfect for me right now. Just a place for me to brain dump and keep a little organization of my week. So I have, as I mentioned, the XOXO printable note paper here, just a few pages. And then I also have, I'm trying to use up some of the Filofax paper that I've had on hand. So I even have that in here to use for future weeks. So after the note section, we go into my monthly planning. Now, this vellum is super old. I don't even remember where this is from, unfortunately, but decided to throw it in there just to use it. And I printed here for my monthly calendar. It's XOXO, their month on 2 pages. And my printer didn't do the best job. It's kind of very faint here. I do want to reprint it with better paper. I kind of used some 28-pound paper that I had left, and I'm going to be ordering some 32-pound. And so it didn't print out quite as nicely as I would like, but for now it works. And so for XOXO, I really love the layout here. So you have your... Oh, okay, sorry, dog is getting excited. Lola, calm down. Shh. Okay, we won't have any more disruption. She was going a little bit cray, so I put her in her playpen. So I left off here just explaining that I wasn't crazy about the paper quality, but I'm going to reprint it. I do love the layout of XOXO's month on 2 pages because it's broken up. So it's not, what do they call it? Perpetual, where it's like one right after the other. It's broken up so you could put a monthly dividers in between, and I like having that option a lot. So on the front page here, you've got a nice section to put your important dates. You could do some habit tracking, weekly tasks, some goal planning. I have not taken advantage of that just yet. Still getting into the swing of it. And for January, I'm not crazy about the decoration that I did, but I was really like, okay, use up these stickers because just get them out of the way. So I used some more ERIN CONDREN stickers. I used some cloth and paper stickers to highlight appointments and specific events. And then again, like I said, this is kind of broken up. So the very back here, you've got a nice page to list more goals, priorities, but I need to figure out how I want to do that. Then we go into February. This is what my February is looking like so far, and I haven't done any other planning past that. Well, besides sticker there that's telling me Lola needs her pedicure. And I enjoy the layout a lot. They do include specific holidays or changes in the season, like the daylight savings and spring beginning. You do get your moon phases as well for full moon and new moon. So it's just really, really nice. I enjoy the layout a lot. I just want it on better paper, and I'm gonna have to do that sometime soon. So I have just my monthly calendar in that section. So for the next divider, we have my budget section. Now, I mentioned that I did a little bit of tweaking to the Budget Mom printables that I have used, and I'm really excited about this because it allows me to carry my budget planner with me instead of worrying about it being too big and having to keep it at home. I do still use the ERIN CONDREN Deluxe Monthly because I just enjoy the process of budgeting in there. And even though it can be redundant, for a lot of people and just seem like I'm really wasting my time, if I'm putting focus into my budgeting and rewriting and going over, I'm okay with that because I'm not the best with budgeting. And if it just helps reinforce my goal for improving my technique, I am okay with duplicating in another planner. So it kind of, it's all about what your preference is. And budgeting is such a personal thing. We all have our own ways of finding what works for us. And I really enjoy trying out different systems and techniques. So I have here a folder. This is from Cloth and Paper, and it's just holding right now my my propane bill, and I will keep bills in here that are needing like immediate attention since I am opening this every single day. And so I use the other dashboard from the subscription box just to put here as my 2020 budget system. Now, this is where it gets fun, and at least in my opinion. Now, if you've used the Budget Mom printables, you'll know that it's letter size. And so what I decided to do is I toyed around with different percentages on my printer to see what would work best to fit my A5. And I came to the conclusion that 76% was best. And so what I did is I brought it down to 76%, and of course unfortunately it does use paper because it only printed, at least for me, I'm sure there's other ways you could figure it out, but for me it printed just at that smaller setting on the single piece of paper. And what I did, I just have been using this as a template, the Filofax paper here, and so I just lined it up over the center portion and just made a couple little lines so I knew exactly where to cut so it would be the perfect fit and the holes wouldn't be too far in the margin there. And I did that for all of these printables. I'm only printing 1 month at a time because it would take me forever to do it that way if I did all of them. But I printed first here my yearly savings goals. Obviously still need to fill that out. My membership and subscriptions, because I always forget what month or amount the subscription is. And so this is such a great reminder for me to have on hand. I really like having this. And then I just have a little bit of vellum. This is from Kinley's Doodle box from ages ago, separating my month here. So this will look familiar if you are a user of the Budget Mom system, but how great is this size? Like the boxes are just, I think they're just really great for the A5. I think this is just a perfect sizing and setup, so I'm really excited about it. I kept it single-sided because I do like to make notes on the back side, and so I wanted to keep it that way. But she had a freebie recently for extra income tracker. I'm doing big destashes for my planner collection, so this is awesome to have on hand as well. And then we go in here to my February bill tracker. Now, I am still trying a month altogether for my budgeting. I had been doing per paycheck, which I do get paid twice a month, every 2 weeks. But I wanted to see if it would be any easier for me to stick with it if I did just everything together. So just budgeting for the whole month. I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with it. I like it, but I don't like it. I don't know. So I'm still going with it for now. But I have the budget breakdown, my cash envelope breakdown, and then I have the today marker here from Cloth and Paper subscription box, marking off my cash envelope because I will see that. It'll be a reminder for me to come to this section every single day, since budgeting is like my #1 goal for this year. I want to always be in this section every single day, staying on top of things. So never say never. I had said that I would never do the cash envelope system because it just wasn't working for me and I didn't like it, but I'm giving it another go for February. So I do have my system broken up a little differently. So I have cash spending, and I'll show you what it's for here. I have cash spending for fun, gas, food, household, and pets. Now, I'm not using cash for my personal spending because I have found that there's a lot that I purchase on Amazon or just through online, even for my dog and household items, that I can't get to a store. We live in a rural area in Maine, and it's like an hour-and-a-half drive to any of the big name stores that have items that I need. So I do purchase quite a bit online. So I'm still keeping that debit card as a kind of cashless envelope, but I limited myself a little bit more this month while I'm using cash for all the other areas. So I'm going to see how that works. So all of my cash, I'm keeping track here. I have my personal online. So this is my debit card that I use for any like personal spending, like if I want to go get a manicure even, or something that is just going to be for me, that's not related to expenses my husband and I share. We do our budgeting separately, so it's something where I like to keep track of my own spending money, and I think this is going to work out great. Then we have here home, which is just my regular checking account. I'm keeping track of everything that is coming in and going out from there. Then finally, I printed up the where did my money go? And then I have just some notes here of things that I wanted to write out regarding some common mistakes that the Budget Mom went over. And I clipped this, and so I could get it in and out easily. I just kind of snipped the sides here. But I also did the 7 baby steps just as a reminder for myself. And then finally, after the budget section, we have my personal section. And this is where I have a little journaling printable here. So the year ahead, this is a free printable that you can get online, and I will leave the link down below. And they only had the half letter size, so it is a little bit shorter, but that's okay. And I totally messed up the hole punches, but we're not going to look at that. So this is where you can do a little bit of journaling and reflecting on the previous year and the year ahead. So I have gone through most of these pages, and I like to have it in here just so I can have that reminder of what my focus is for the year to come. And, you know, it really helps me think a little bit more positive on what I'm trying to achieve this year and what I did achieve last year. So I can always keep in mind, like, hey, I am making progress. I am reaching goals. So I can look back on things that I journaled about, and I really enjoy this a lot. I heard about this from I believe it's Milk and Honey Life. I will leave her YouTube channel. She has a great YouTube channel, and she's talked about the year ahead. So it prompted me to print that out. Then lastly, I have another Sesame insert here, and this is something where I'm going to keep track of just tasks that are either personal tasks or household tasks that I want to do monthly. So I'm going to be taking time to go through that. Then I have a free printable from the planner spot. This I had printed up ages ago. I'm not sure if this is still available, but for daily schedule, weekly tasks, monthly tasks, I'm pretty much going to write out my ideal daily schedule. And then I'm going to come in here and write out household tasks that I want to make sure I do weekly and monthly. Then I just put some blank pages so I wouldn't show off the actual written on pages. I have just your basic contact sheets here from Filofax and a little bit more Filofax notepaper in the back. Then I have this page lifter to help kind of keep things together a little more easily. Then after that, I have cloth and paper gratitude card, and I just love having anything inspirational in my pockets. I have a few more functional stickers. So the sticker party, my payday stickers, and then the planner spot. As you can tell, I had these punched for my happy planner ages ago, and I moved it in here because I love the minimalist vibe of these stickers, and of course the colorway is my jam. Anything that is, people would say, just really bland and lifeless, but that's okay. I just don't like color. So I keep those in the back. And then finally I have here a pen that I got from Emily Lay. And I find that this just writes so nicely, and I hadn't used it because it is quite a thick nib here, but because I've got so much more writing room in here, now I can use it and I love it. And I've been actually using it, kind of putting it in upside down, I guess you could say, because when I go to write, you know, I kind of just pull it out and then I go. When beforehand, you know, I was keeping it like this, and to kind of pull it out, flip it around, I don't know, call me lazy, but it just kind of feels a little bit better for me to pull it from the bottom and just open it and start writing. So I've been keeping it hooked just like so, and it's been great. I have just been loving this setup so very much. And I'm sure it's going to be changing because, again, as our seasons change, like I mentioned, my season right now doesn't call for a daily or weekly layout. So the way I've been doing just kind of a little bit bullet journal-y style and brain dump style has been so great for me. But that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough of my A5 or my GM Louis Vuitton. And I hope I gave you some good ideas of how you could modify your own Budget Mom printables if you do have the printables. And again, I'm so excited to have that because it's so much more portable in here. I know she will be coming out with a smaller budget planner soon, but in the meantime, I think this is going to be absolutely phenomenal for me to have it all in one. So again, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it so very much. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. And if you have not yet subscribed, I would love it if you would consider and join our family. But I will see you guys again soon in my next video. Bye.